In this chapter, we will explain what TypeScript is and how we can code a web application using TypeScript. By the end of this lecture, you're going to know what the difference is between TypeScript and JavaScript, and you're going to know how to convert from TypeScript into JavaScript. From the previous lecture, we named the file we are going to type our code into script.ts. Now, the reason the file ends in .ts instead of .js is that Angular is written in a superset of JavaScript called TypeScript. So if you remember, I said that the ES6 version of JavaScript is coming along in the future. So ES6 version of JavaScript is based on ES5 version of JavaScript. And all that TypeScript is the ES6 version of JavaScript plus a few other TypeScript-only features, which Angular needs in order to work. But you can write Angular applications in either TypeScript, ES6 JavaScript, or even ES5 JavaScript. However, Angular itself is written in TypeScript. Most examples on the web are written in TypeScript. Most Angular 2 jobs require you to write TypeScript. So in this course, I'll be teaching you in TypeScript. But browsers don't support TypeScript. Browsers barely support the ES6 version of JavaScript. So how can we actually write our code in TypeScript? We use something called a transpiler. A transpiler converts from one language to another. So we can write in TypeScript and have a transpiler convert our TypeScript to ES6 or ES5 version of JavaScript. And since most browsers don't support all the features of ES6 yet, we are going to transpile our TypeScript into ES5. Now, later on in the course, I'm going to show you how to transpile TypeScript into JavaScript locally on your computer. But since we are using Plunker, we are using a feature of System.js which lets us transpile in the browser. So if you look at tsconfig.json, you can see there are a few settings here that we use to convert TypeScript into JavaScript. So the key one is target ES5. So specifically with this tsconfig.json, we're telling the TypeScript transpiler to transpile TypeScript into ES5 JavaScript. If we wanted to transpile it into ES6 JavaScript, we would just need to change this to ES6. But let's keep it to ES5. So in summary, TypeScript is just JavaScript with a few more advanced features. Browsers can't run TypeScript, so we first need to transpile TypeScript into JavaScript. The most common version of JavaScript is currently ES5. So in this course, we're going to transpile TypeScript into ES5 JavaScript. So now you know all about Plunker and all about TypeScript. In the next lecture, we're going to start writing our first Angular application.